Hey everybody, now I know for the longest while I've been saying that I'm going to start recording more, I'm going to start putting out more videos, all of that, and I really have not been doing that, right? One of the reasons being I can't bother, and two, it's not really that I can't bother, it's really that I don't like to edit, and so actually the time for me to kind of sit down and to plan the content and all of that, I really do like prioritize that, and then two, I don't like to edit. So I've thought of this morning to just do a 20-day mini series. So it's going to be just 20 days of short videos that I can do while I'm doing anything else in the morning. For example, this morning I'm getting ready for my day, which starts at 8:30, right? And by the way, I'm using witch hazel on my face. I hear that it works good, and y'all know I struggle with acne, right? So this is what my skin is currently looking like, and I've really had a hard time as an adult trying to get my skin under control and try to keep it clear and nice and them something there. So I hear that witch hazel work, and so I'm trying it. So I bought this while I was in America in the summer, and I've been using it. Them say you're supposed to use it every morning, every night. I've been trying to do that, not consistently for sure, but I've been trying to do it, and let's just see how that works out. Anyways, so I wanted to come and talk to us about freelancing and how it is that I think freelancing, seeing others do it and then wanting to get into it yourself as a beginner, how daunting that can be, and how it is hard to find your lane, your space, and stay in there and make the thing profitable, make it work for you, because you really don't know where to start. Freelancing isn't something that is like dominant in Jamaica. If it is, a lot of people are doing it, yes, but it's not like a doctor where you know how to go about it. You know, you need to do the sciences in high school, you know, you need to go to university and all of that, and then you may have there's a clear path, cool, in how to get into it. Freelancing is not that clear, and so you will have many people saying different things, different ways of how to get into it. But I think also one of the things that bothers people is, how do I transition, especially from a 9-to-5 into this whole freelancing work? I had a conversation with a friend of mine that I found very interesting, and I thought I'd share. And it was basically just me saying, hey, he said, how are you so brave to apply for multiple jobs? Initially, when I started out freelancing, I was not brave. I was scared, right? I was scared to apply for the jobs because I'd only ever been doing accounting for the last 5 years when I just started to do freelancing. Before that, I worked, I think, about 3 months as a pharmacy technician, which I'm a trained pharmacy technician, which is basically a pharmacist assistant. Before that, I was working at a farm store for my brother after I just had Nyla. So that was kind of my line of experience. And I didn't have a degree. I had started college, but I didn't get to finish because of monetary constraints, and so I don't have a degree. And so that was daunting for me in the beginning. So I didn't have the courage in the beginning to actually go out and apply. Why? And I think a lot of you struggle with this also, is that I didn't know what skills I had. Like, hard skills. Everybody know hard skills, and I've talked about it here before. You have hard skills, you have soft skills, and it's easy to put a hard skill in a category. It's either you know Excel or you don't. You know how to use the package or you don't. It's either you know how to use a software or you don't, right? It's either you have these certain set of skills that you've learned or you don't. Those are hard skills. Is that you know how to use Google packages or you don't. So those are pretty easy to do, because once you assess yourself, you can say, okay, I don't know Excel, I don't know how to use Google packages, I don't know how to use Calendly, I don't know how to use these software, these platforms, so I don't have those skills, or I do know how to use these things, and so I have that. And so that part is easy, but the soft skills part, the part where you assess yourself and you say, am I a good communicator? Can I work in a team? And all these other things that a lot of times these jobs will ask for. That is where I think people begin to start to get flustered, because I don't have these things. All I do every day is, and we put the things that we've done over time into this small box, because in our minds we've become so used to it that it doesn't seem like a big thing, and it doesn't seem like I'm doing anything special. It doesn't seem like I'm exercising any great talent, any great skills. So all I do is And that's the same thing. Now this person is a medical doctor, by the way. He's a whole MD. And he said, you know, all I've done for the last how many years is people come into my office, ask them what's up, you know, I hear their symptoms, and then I diagnose them, write a prescription, and he basically just listed out what he did every day. Now for me, who has gone through this and who understands, know that it's not just as simple as he's saying it, I was able to say to him, no, what I hear that you have done is that you are able to memorize a large amount of information, because doctors have to. You have to learn these diseases, their symptoms, their presentations, what to look for, and how to diagnose. What I've heard that you've done for the last how long is that you have keen attention to detail, because sometimes the difference between a diarrhea diagnosis and a gastroenteritis diagnosis is one symptom. So you have to pay keen attention to detail. What I've heard that you've done is that you've been able to diagnose and treat problems, so you're a good problem solver. What I've heard that you've done in your career as a doctor is that you're a good communicator. You're able to explain what it is that is happening to your patient, and you're able to walk them through the treatment process. So you can explain, or you can make a clear path, a plan, and communicate that well to team members. That's what I've heard. But when I said that to him, you know, it didn't necessarily, it struck a light bulb, because when you look at the things that we've been doing over time, you might be wondering why I'm wiping my face so much, because the thing is still coming off with some, I wanted it to be clear, but nevertheless, when you think about what it is that you've been doing over time, it's easy to say all I've done is, and I struggle with that too, coming out of accounting and then seeing these jobs that want somebody who's a good problem solver, who is this, who's that. I was just like, can I do all of that? And sometimes those skills can also translate into hard skills. Can you sell? Can you do this? Can you do that? And how do you then look at what it is that you've done and categorize it to fit what it is that these jobs are asking for? And so sometimes we need to take a bigger look at it, walk through the process. How do I do my job? Cool. When I am doing accounting, where's my face cream? I brought it here. Nevertheless, when I'm doing accounting, how do I do my job? What's the first step? And if you write that down in step by step, you will be able to see the amount of things, the amount of skills that you're employing, the amount of strategies that you're employing. Some of them you have developed yourself. Nobody taught you this, but over time, in looking at how it is done, you've decided that this would be a simpler way, this would be an easier way, this would be a better way based on the results that you're looking for to get the thing done. And so I'm going to use my serum, because I can't find my face cream, and I really should be using this anyways. This is a vitamin C serum that I bought again. So yeah, write it down. This is what I do, this is what I've done, this is how I do it. And you'll be frightened to see just how much skills you have, or how much work or how much thought goes into what it is that you're doing daily. But because you've been doing it for so long, you've trivialized it. Another way to do this is to describe your daily routine to someone in the same way he described it to me, and I was able to say, this is what I see based on what you've said. Describe it to somebody who has necessarily no knowledge of what it is that you've done or what it is that you do, but also somebody that has sense, not just any very random person. Somebody who is has great critical thinking skills, somebody who may be good at English and able to, you know, write good sentences and can summarize and all those lovely things. And so they're able to communicate what it is that you do to you in another way based on how you communicated it to them. Or just say to somebody, a smart friend, I hope you have a smart friend, this is what I do every day. When I'm doing an account, when I'm writing up, when I'm seeing a patient, when I'm filling a prescription, when I'm whatever your current area is, or even as a receptionist, as an admin assistant, you work as a cashier in a supermarket, whatever. Because those things we might think of them as trivial, but they're not, because when you work as a cashier in a supermarket, and I've done cashiering, not in a supermarket, but I think it was a pharmacy at the time, and again at the farm store that I used to work at, you have to ensure that what you're checking off is exactly what is on that bill. Because if, for example, you have put something on the bill that's not, something is in the person's bag but it's not on your bill, and then when at the end of check off you're short, or they're on the camera and they realize that this person went through with this thing and you never cashed it out. Or also you may have cashed something twice and the customer goes through the bill, it's not there, you only have one item. All these things, you have to ensure that the amount of money you've collected throughout the day is also the same amount of money that's in the till at the end of the day. When they do the check off and they run the list of receipts and they count off all of the amounts of money that they're supposed to have based on what the register says, and you better make sure that that money is in there. So when you're making change for other cashier, or when somebody come and say change this $1,000 for me, a taxi man or whoever come and say change this $1,000 for me, you have to make sure at all times that you're keeping track of everything. And so I am able to keep track, I'm able to multitask, right? I'm able to ensure that all my tasks are taken care of and seen through to completion. So me, I catch the people them, but I'm also making change. I'm also ensuring that I'm not short in my tail. And so you can just go ahead and you can reword is all that you're doing. Rewording the things that you've been doing over time and making it more fitting to the job description, making more fitting to the employer, making it more fitting to the client, what they're looking for. How do the skills that I have match what it is that they're looking for? And that's exactly what you need to do. So ask a friend, somebody who doesn't know you. Ask ChatGPT. If you don't have a friend, ask ChatGPT. Outline in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a powerful tool. If you know how to use it, it can be very beneficial to you. So ask ChatGPT. This is what I do on a daily basis. Reword this for a client who is looking for, and watch ChatGPT take that and make it into what you need it to be. So if you do have a sensible friend, or you might not have anybody who may be able to do this, your friend might be sensible, but he or she cannot do this, use ChatGPT. Put it in and ChatGPT will be able to reword it for you. And so not only if you're applying for jobs, but for your own personal knowledge, because a lot of the times clients, because I haven't applied for a job in a while, but I've had interviews, right? And so based on my Fiverr profile, somebody will say, hey, can you jump on a call with me, which is a quick interview, and they want to know skills. No, yes, I have hard skills because I've been doing freelancing for a minute, but my soft skills are usually the thing that wins them over, because anybody can learn a CRM, anybody can learn a software, but how are you with a team? How are you with following instructions? How are you to my clients, right? Based on what it is that we're interacting here, how are you even to me? And so it's those soft skills, your demeanor, how you carry yourself, and how you're able to sell yourself, being very self-aware, how it is that you're able to package your current skills and present it to the person is also usually a factor that aids in me getting some of the jobs that I've gotten. And yeah, I think that's something that some of us have been struggling with, maybe all of us, transitioning from the 9-to-5 into the freelance space, and how to bridge the gap between what it is that I've been doing regularly day to day on a 9-to-5 and how I can bring that on across. And I just wanted to share with you that you just need to sit down, analyze it. And I've said this before, but I wanted to give a practical example so you guys would understand what I'm saying. That it's not necessarily anything difficult, but it's something that you may have to put a little thought into. And again, ChatGPT is more than able to help you, right? So this is day 1. I said I want to do this for 20 days. Hopefully I can keep dropping some gems for the next 20 days. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to find my cream to put on my face. I've used the witch hazel. I've used my vitamin C serum. I don't know where I put the cream. I'm sure about the cream in here from the bathroom. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope it was informative. If you have any questions, go ahead, leave them in the comments. Or if there's something you'd like me to discuss based on freelancing, based on what you've been thinking, what you've been struggling with and trying to get into the freelance space, drop it down in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to assist. All right, love and know. Bye. Have a great day.